All right, y'all. Today is a very special day. Reason being is I get to interview my cousin, my best friend, and an extremely great roofer known as Drew the Roofer. Drew is 27 years old. He is actually about to turn 28 this upcoming month. He is a roofer. He has ran my uncle's roofing company that my uncle established in the 90s, and it is one of the biggest roofing companies in North County, San Diego. He has ran it throughout 2020s and has successfully built thousands and thousands of dollars per month, hundreds and thousands of dollars to be able to run a substantial roofing company and be able to now create his own, which is generating revenue for himself. And it's amazing seeing the difference in companies such as real estate, which we live in, and then seeing companies that are more transactional, more hands-on, like the roofing business, like the welding business, like the HVAC business. And these companies just produce so much cash. It's insane. And it wouldn't be uncommon for Drew to see 100, 200 grand within a week. It really isn't. You have the ability to do so and be able to scale this to be able to make a ton of money. And today I'm excited because I'm going to be able to get a little bit of an experience of him doing a little side job where he is going to be removing a couch for a client that he was working with, for the kindness of who he is. So we're going to go remove this couch. I'm going to interview him, and I'm excited to introduce you guys not only to my cousin, but also be able to understand a little bit about the roofing company. Unfortunately, I'm driving the Lexus today, and I absolutely fucking hate this car. I need to get rid of this car. Now, the Supra and the Beamer are at home because it's raining, and I'm absolutely pissed. I have to be. All right, y'all. We are here with Drew the Roofer. We got the Drew the Roofer truck right here. So, oh shit. Probably got to hop in the passenger side, not the driver's side. How'd you get started in the roofing company? And I guess what inspired you to get started within roofing?
So check it out. Backstory is I was already doing roofing for 10 years with my pops' roofing company. So it's like a lineage of roofing. His company was A1 Budget Roofing. Started there, made YouTube videos every 3 days about just of the work part of roofing. So it's kind of low key in the blood. I do it. My dad does it. My mom does it. My uncle does it. Our cousins do it. And so we're just like through and through roofers. I was born with a pouch and a hammer, low key. Anyways, that's besides the point. Saw how much money there is to be made. My dad didn't graduate high school. Dropped out, I think, at 9th grade.
Damn.
Decided to get to work and grind it out and work his ass off in the roofing industry. Started a business at, I think he was like 29, 30. By the time my dad was 35, my dad was a millionaire. And just no high school education, just grinding. At one point, my pops had 180 employees, so that kind of drew me to want to start my own company. And to be honest, I couldn't get a job anywhere, like at a grocery store or anywhere kind of like working for people. I just couldn't. I just saw my dad killing it out there. So I decided one day, like, hey, Dad, I need some work. He paid me, which is crazy back then when I started, was like $10 an hour, believe it or not. Now it's like 23. The roofing industry, it's 29, which is nuts. But anyways, started roofing, did that for 5 years. Was like, you know what? I'm going to start doing some stuff on the side. I did 3 jobs on the side, and these are just like little repairs back in the day for $800 a piece. I'll never forget it. I do the repairs at the end of the day, doing it myself. Took my truck, went there, bought the material. They handed me $800 cash. May not seem like a lot at all to most of you, but to me, back in the days, from making like $900 a week to making $800 off one repair, and then the following day making another $800 off a repair. So in total, I just made what I make in a week. $900 I make in a week. I doubled that in 2 days. which is insane to me. So that kind of sparked interest right there. Saved up some money. 10 years later, 10 years later, started my own roofing company. My pops, which is dope, was able to put me on a license because I'm first of kin, blood related. Well, hopefully. Just took off, you know, invested all this money into this business and kind of just hit the ground running. Got my pops to ask questions too and kind of helped me along the way, but it's just a learning process, to be quite honest. So to answer your question, how I got started, I just like making money. I like improving. I like making money a lot. Money's just money's root of all evil, but I'm trying to be financially free for sure.
I
That's
feel
just
that. Money
yeah.
is the root of all evil, but I fucking evil can evil. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? No, that's crazy. So, I mean, now that you started the roofing company, like what are your products? What do you do? What is the day to day of roofing? Well, starting off with your products, what do you offer?
So what we offer as a company, as I'm owner operator. So for myself, I pretty much do all the work, sales, um, the actual work itself that kind of it takes to do the roof. I do as well. As far as products, we do re-roofing, which is complete re-roofs, new construction. So if you just remodel your house or added an ADU or something like that, we can go ahead and do that as well. Repairs, if you just got like a little leak, we can come in there and fix it for you. We do gutter cleaning. We handle insurance claims as well, even though it's super hard to do it in California. They're, I think, the biggest pain in the ass as far as insurance wise. Um, but as far as products, that's kind of all we offer. We do roof cleaning, but I tend to shy away from roof cleaning because it does more damage to the roof than it does good, in my opinion. But damn, look at that roof is all covered in plastic right there.
Damn,
Sheesh.
damn,
That's gonna leak for sure.
that shit looked terrible.
Uh,
That's crazy. So with all those products, where do you spend most of your time? Is it on re-roofs? Is it on repairs? Is it on like completely brand new or new builds?
well, I think as for now, because I'm a new company, I kind of just stick to, or the influx of calls is mainly repairs. And in California, it's raining season, so a lot of the calls are for repairs and gutter cleaning. People get a bunch of junk from summer just from the winds we've been getting lately in their gutters, so they just want it cleaned out. And then a lot of people are home when it's raining or on the weekend, and that's when I get most of the calls and most of the people asking, "Oh, I see a leak or I see a stain on my ceiling. Can you come out and do it?" I wish I got more re-roofs, but in my honest opinion, I think personally you make more money doing repairs than you do doing re-roofs.
Mm.
And it sounds backwards, but for example, say you do $1,000 repair on a tile roof, your material is only going to be about $100. Your labor is probably going to be like 150. So right there, you're at 250. You're going to make $750 after everything. That's covering insurance, workman's comp, and all your liability. But for me, I don't having that because I'm self-employed, so I'm owner operator. So I just pay for myself. So to me, I'm only paying $150 for material, and maybe $50 for insurance just for myself. So I end up making more. I'll make 800 instead of 750. It may not seem a lot, but in the end, it adds up
It adds up.
to
Yeah.
like a
So
bigger profit
your
margin.
margin's like a 70%, 80% margin then.
Yeah,
Like when
on
you do
repairs for
something like that.
sure.
And what's your time value? Like if you were to go do a re-roof, it's probably like redoing the whole fucking roof has to be a 2-day project probably.
Oh, for
Or
sure,
like a
minimum.
repair, maybe you can do 2, 3 in a day.
Oh, for sure. Sometimes repairs I can knock out back then maybe 6 in a day.
Oh shit.
But I mean, you're working from like 7 o'clock to dark, which as a new company you have to. I think starting off you have to work daylight to dark. I run 24/7. I have a personal phone and a work phone, and they both stay on me 24/7. If somebody calls, I won't answer. It'll go to voicemail, and I'll shoot them a text. The reason why I shoot them a text is because I don't want them to get used to me answering when I'm closed.
Mm-hmm.
So not everybody's gonna call me when I close. And if it's a Yelp review or like a Yelp reach out, I'll go ahead and respond, say, hey, I got the availability this day or that day, and then go from there. And if they don't respond within that day, I call them the next day, reach out. You know what I mean? I just don't give up at that point.
Interesting. And when you have multiple repairs going, you're not going to all the sites, I would imagine. Or are you going like, this project's done, now I go to the next one, this project's done, I go to the next one? Or is it just send a team out to this project, you got it, you have a foreman or somebody that's going to do the review?
For re-roofs, it's more like, I got this project, I'll show up in the morning, they'll get it started, talk to the customer every morning. So I show up in the morning, talk to the customer, make sure the guys have their idea what they're going to do, and make sure they're planned out for that day. If they have any questions, they ask me. If the customer has any questions, they ask me. Get that squared away, take off, go to the next one. Start that one. I tend to only try to do 2 projects a day. It's better just to one. You don't want to overextend yourself, so then you start losing quality and workmanship, and you kind of getting fatigued on it, and you miss little things. Little things add up for sure. So I just typically maximum 2, preferably 1. For re-roofs, repairs, it's just one after the other. So once they're done, I go to the next one. Once that one's done, go to the next one. Once that one's done, go to the next one, because you can only be at one at a time anyways. So that's how I like doing it personally. It's more like micromanaging, but I can just make sure everything's getting done right the first time.
Okay, so that's kind of what the process looks like on running a roof. So there's multiple things. For mine, it starts off with the marketing, sending out as much marketing to find leads. His leads are going to be clients that he's servicing. For instance, a client we're going to right now to help move a couch. That's one of his clients. It was acquired through some form of marketing, and then after that, he goes and he sells them. And then once he sells them and acquires them as a client, that's when he goes, does a repair, and then the job's completely done. So
Sure.
in terms of the beginning of marketing, what marketing efforts are you doing or have you done in the past or seen your dad do? How has that changed since the 90s to now compared to what he does now and what you do?
Oh, since the 90s, huge difference, huge difference. In the 90s, it was, I don't know if anybody remembers, but they had yellow pages. But back then, you could get a whole page ad for like a fraction of the cost what we have now. But a full page ad back in the day was like maybe $1,000, I would assume. But back then, they were spending $15,000 to $25,000 a month in just advertising.
Damn.
And that's just yellow pages. Internet wasn't too crazy back then, so like flyers and stuff like that. I didn't know too much about it back in those days. I just know yellow pages and like the big booklets people used to get was like a huge thing back in the day. Um, as of now, I think Google, the big ones, I would say Google, Nextdoor, Yelp, and Facebook and IG. Those, I would say, those are the top 5 that I think are the best in advertising marketing, because not only you can like kind of explain your work, but you can put a little caption and pictures. People love pictures. You know what I mean? So the more pictures you have, the more people like it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's from what I've kind of gathered. But it definitely varies. If a company or if a person likes you, they like you. If they don't, they don't. It's kind of like as simple as it gets. Um, but that's pretty much just about it.
And what has been your main source of marketing or the biggest return that you've seen within the last few months of starting a roofing company?
I think the biggest return right now would be probably Google.
Yeah.
I pay $1,000 a month for advertising through Google and $500 through Yelp. So I would say the biggest value I have right now is Google. It's brought me the most money. Yelp is kind of, it's more for like a homeowner. Everybody goes through Yelp to look up restaurants and stuff like that. And being a new business, Yelp is a little difficult. Um, they just send you a message. Sometimes they respond, sometimes they don't. If somebody's researching through Google, they're looking for that service and they need it now. And they'll reach out directly to my cell phone or directly to my email. As for Yelp, they're probably going to send out, if the customer hits up Yelp, say, hey, I need a roofer, it's going to send out like 15 different messages or 30 to 30 different roofers. As for Google, they're going to look up, oh, roofer near me. And my name will pop up at the top. And they'll click my website with my number. And they're only seeing my company. So then they'll just call me. And that success rate is, I would say 9 times out of 10, I'll get it. Which 90% is not bad. Sometimes it's 80%. But if it's a repair, 9 times out of 10 customers, I'll get 9 of them for sure. before I even leave the repair, before I even leave giving the bid. They'll say, okay, go ahead and do it before they see the contract. But I think I specialize in repairs in that aspect where I just love it. I'm just really good at it.
Damn. So you get a lead, and that lead calls you up right now. Hey, I saw your company on Google. What does that conversation look like?
So, for example, say Danny calls me and says, hey, I'm in Oceanside, and say it's 3 o'clock. Right now we close at 5. It's 4:48. Even right now, say he's like, "Hey Andrew, it's Danny. I got a roof leak on my first story above my garage. The water's coming in. Is there any chance you can get out here and at least take a look?" You know, Danny, no problem. I can get you locked in right now. If you want, just shoot me a text with your full name and your address and your email. Because the reason why I say shoot me a text is because I want them to see that the urgency of me wanting to get out there is right now. Where, hey, look, I don't need to write it down right now. Let me just get out there first and give you a peace of mind and ease your mind that a roofer's coming out there going to provide you a service that you don't have to worry about during this rain, because you're getting the active leak now. So as soon as I get out there and give you that price, then I can get the information from you. So I'm like, okay, now he's calm. He trusts me as a person and as a roofing company to give him a guarantee on the work that I'm about to do. So Danny calls me, sends me an info. I'm like, okay, I'll be there. Once I plug in the address, I'll be like, okay, I'll be there in say 20 minutes. On the way over there, I'll get the text message saying, hey, look, here's the address. Plug it in. Everybody has smart cars these days. Just plug it in right to the GPS through your phone. You get there. As soon as you show up, be like, you can waste their time or you can be straightforward. I've always figured to be like, hey, Danny, thanks for calling me out. Let's go take a look at this leak and let's get you squared away right now. Hey, you see the leak, and then pretty much from there, however you want to sell it is however you want to sell it. But got to be honest, though, for sure.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
what does that sales pitch looks like once you're out there? You're prospecting the roof. You're looking at the roof. What does that sales pitch generally look like?
I'll knock on the door, give them a call, say, hey, I'm out 5 minutes. So by the time I get there, they're already outside or at the front door, or go up and be like, hey, Danny, nice to meet you. Let's go take a look at this leak so we can, give you a good price and get you taken care of. Say Danny shows me the roof and the garage, and the first few questions I asked always is, hey, does it just take any rain to get it to leak, or is it a heavy rain? Because based on type of rain it takes for it to leak is kind of where you can judge it is on the roof. And you want to have as much information from the customer before you get up on that roof, because then you want the customer to feel engaged in the conversation, that they're helping with the project that they need your help with. Because you can't just be a sales guy and be like, I'm doing it all, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? You can do that. But I like when the customers engage, because then they feel like, okay, cool, like I'm helping them out. It kind of makes them feel better. So once I do that, I'd be like, you know what? Let me go take a peek real quick. If you have any questions by the time I'm outside and I come knock on the door, feel free to ask me, even if it's about a different part of your roof, about this section of a roof, or any roof related questions. As soon as I get back in here, I'll answer any of them. I go out there, put up the ladder. It takes me about 10-15 minutes. I always record maybe like a 30-second video of, okay, I think your leak is here. The water's coming down this way, or you have a broken tile here. It's always good to have videos and pictures. So as soon as I get back down, knock on the door and say, hey, look, this is what I found. Do you have any questions for me before I show you, your concerns or anything that you think it may be before I show you? Typically, they always say, you know what? I think this is what it is, or I think it's coming from here. And you're like, you know what? That's a good assumption, but let me show you what I found up top. And then that's when you show them the video or the picture. And it's easier to explain a video or picture, because then they can see, because they're not going to go up on the roof. Most customers won't go up on the roof. So you kind of bring that insight to them, saying, hey, look, this is what it is. And they feel more involved in the process of the work. And then you say, hey, look, you know what? You're super cool. I'm glad you called me. Thanks for the opportunity and get me out here. I appreciate the opportunity. This repair will be $800. I feel more than likely, if anything's under $1,000, customers typically go with you. That's just in my experience. But if things need to be more than $1,000, well, then clearly price it more than $1,000. But they have to trust you as a person first, rather than a company. Because if they don't trust you as a person, they won't give you the work, because then they won't trust you at all.
Right.
With this, we have to.
Holy shit. Who are we gonna go see? Fucking the Jackson family?
Hello. We're here for a Hannah Fuller.
Yes.
Okay.
For the couch. Yeah, we're here to haul a couch. Or pick up a couch, sorry. If you guys don't know, I also do junk removal on the side. Get at me. There's so many ways to make money in California, or just make money in the United States in general. Just can't be fucking lazy.
I say you run the gate and just ram it. Just ram that bitch. Be like, we got a runner.
You're good. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Of course. Have a good one.
You too.
Dude, oh my Christ.
Now it's starting to fucking war.
Dude, but this area is beautiful.
This customer I've already hauled like 5 times. She just pretty much tells me, hey, this is the junk. I gave her a price. She's like, okay, do it.
Dang.
I got this customer like, I want to say 3-4 years ago. And she's only used me to haul all of her junk.
Dude, that's crazy.
She's just like, hey, Drew, I got something to haul for you. Okay, I did.
It's crazy how much money there is in this area of Encinitas, Livenheim, because this is the area that got me into real estate, because I remember going to parties when I was like 16,
Mm-hmm.
and they were all back here, all of them. And then I would always see parents at the parties, and I'm like, bro, we're drinking. Like, why are your parents here? And then they were just like, oh, my parents don't really care, whatever. And I'd be like, all right, well, that's a little strange. And then, like, the next day I'd go back during the day, and I'm like, dude, why are your parents still here? Like, oh, they just work from home. I'm like, well, what do they do? And they're like, well, they own their own business. They're real estate investors. And I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, your mom's literally just chilling watching TV. And she's like 30 years old, like 40 years old.
Damn.
Yeah, and then from there I was like, dude, that's fucking crazy.
It's just crazy how much money is out there. And you don't really know until you see it like face to face.
I just never believed that you could fucking achieve this without going to like college or something of that matter. But
We're getting it from this house right here. These houses are massive.
so crazy. Should we rob them?
You know what's crazy? Most of these people don't even carry that much expensive shit. I mean, they might have like a Ferrari, Lamborghini in their driveway.
Oh yeah.
Key.
Some of the richest people, dude, you'll never know. But see, I'm not a house person. I would want one in this area, but I wouldn't care for a giant house. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck?
3,
Why does it say this
2,
one?
2,
But
7. Not that one. This one? Do they share driveways?
shit, I guess so.
I guess so.
I thought she uses you all the time. You can't remember?
Well, this is like the 3rd house. Oh, here it is. Yeah. If I make that.
Is she old?
You know what's crazy? I've never met her.
Really?
She just sends me out to go do it.
I wonder if she needs a.
Oh, damn, it's right there, I think. Yeah, right in the front.
Damn, what good people. They literally moved it themselves.
We about to get soaked. Damn.
Really?
I'm gonna leave your. Everything's safe in here, though. We got fucking gated community update east in this place. Jacket. Damn, put this fucking jacket on.
You think I could put this outside?
That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Bro, because technically, it's still connected. Dude, this house is crazy.
We should be able to throw these like in the house or in the bed of it or in the inside.
Okay.
We'll do the cushions first.
You want to do the cushions first?
I'll do the cushions last, actually. We'll throw this in the back of the first.
Bro, this is like a $10,000 couch.
Yeah.
How cool.
I think I want to put this in the garage.
What, the couch?
But I couldn't move this by myself.
Are you gonna get a tarp for it?
No, I'm just gonna. If it gets wet, it gets wet.
Oh.
We're gonna put this side down on the bed.
Yeah.
Oh, slide.
Thank God.
We'll go your side first.
You want me to get up there? Yeah, I probably should. You push it?
Yeah.
That works.
And then we could throw the other one right in the middle.
Yeah. Ready?
And you should be able to just slide this sucker right in.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, just slide it up like this, and then we'll slide it.
We getting Yellow Deli after this? I said, we getting Yellow Deli kava after this? Getting kava?
Hey, you know what we could? Ooh, want to grab that GoPro real fast?
Yeah. Pull. Damn. So we got the couch. Now where we headed?
That's pretty much about it.
Damn.
Do we go that way? Goddamn phone.
Yeah, you definitely make it right.
So I thought so too. First, I set up to Apple CarPlay.
Yeah, you're gonna make it right. You're gonna go all the way down. It's gonna take you to the gate.
Yeah, these were your stomping grounds.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Crazy to think about. But it's wild, like, when you get to Ranch Santa Fe or Livenheim, that it just doesn't feel like San Diego.
No.
It feels like you just went to the woods or something.
And those ones are a different level. Like, to a point where money doesn't mean anything to them at that point. She's like, I already have enough. I have everything. Like, and half of them just stay home.
You think so?
Or they travel the world.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of them leave the house empty.
You know for sure as shit, this is a fucking $100 million
Ranch. Yeah.
So crazy.
That's wild. Imagine being so rich, your community has like horses. Literally competition horses.
Imagine how Joe Rogan feels.
About what?
Because I feel like that Joe Rogan's richer than most of these guys in here.
Oh yeah, he's a billionaire.
Like, just imagine having that feeling of being a billionaire. Like, how does that feel like? Like,
Dude, the crazy part is I've seen Joe in person.
really?
I met him in person. Dude's like 5'6", 5'8". Real fucking tiny. Like tiny. Yeah. I went to a UFC fight in Austin. That's where I saw him face to face, and I was like,
Did
dude,
they make a left or a right?
you're making left.
Chilling.
Yeah, I saw him face to face. It was disgusting, crazy.
And that fool just, well, of course UFC, but his podcast.
Yeah.
I just want to know how you feel when you make a podcast and you're knowing how much it's generating.
Yeah, his podcast what made him the billionaire status.
That's why I feel like uploading to YouTube is such a like passive way to make income. Like, you just make content about what you do.
But it takes a long time.
Yeah.
There's a girl that does YouTube that I'm very like has 2-3 million subscribers, and she's making 40-50 grand a month on YouTube. But she started when she was like 13. Now she's like 20, 21. So I mean, it took a very long time, but I think at some point, but when you just post so much that if you do it all the time every day and you put systems in place, at some point it's just going to. It's just waiting for
Yeah,
that
she's going to take off at that point.
Yeah. My assistant texted me yesterday and was like, hey, Danny, I scheduled all your shorts for the month. I'm going to start the month of April now. And I was like, what the hell? She's only gone through half of them.
Damn.
Half the videos for shorts. So I just told her to double up on March to do 2 shorts a day. Crazy, huh?
You know who said to do that? Gary Vee.
Yeah.
Because I like Gary Vee watching for like content information. Like when I'm on the treadmill, like at the end of the workout, I just hop on Gary Vee's podcast and he tells you like all the social media kind of tips. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And also Think Media on YouTube.
Think Media's sick.
Yeah. That's what made me start my YouTube channel.
I love Think Media. Gary Vee, though, I kind of like, I get annoyed of him. But he's cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of repetitive stuff.
Yeah. I used to love Gary Vee when I first got into entrepreneurship. And then now it's kind of like,
Yeah, it's definitely difficult for sure.
It's crazy how these houses over here are so small. So fucking small and still worth a few mil.
Oh, I know. It's crazy. I just wish one day I could buy it. Okay, to be honest, I don't really wish I could buy a house in here. I want to buy a house where I can buy the land and build my own house.
Yeah.
Like the ones in Carlsbad, like right by that dirt lot over there.
Yeah.
Like the new ones getting built. Love that shit.
Yeah, Encinitas has my heart. I would live in Encinitas any day, all day, anywhere in Encinitas. But that's because, like, this was, like, home to me.
Yeah.
But to my sisters, they'd probably feel different. They like Encinitas, but you take them back here, they would have no idea.
Mm-mm. And all these people are super chill for the most part.
Oh, yeah. Encinitas is super fucking cool.
I just want to know what it feels like to be a millionaire. Like, just have that feeling where it's like, damn, I don't need money anymore. It's just kind of like...
I think the chase is always going to be there.
Yeah.
We get too bored. For me, like, I don't think I'll ever or want to be a billionaire, but I think the chase is always going to be there. Like,
Yeah.
I love the idea of building something and just building it to be so big that it's just like, it's the tits.
Like, knowing, like, okay, I reached it. Now what's next?
Yeah, but I don't think there'll ever be a stop for me, at least. But I think I don't want to own just one business. I want to own a bunch of businesses.
Yeah.
I want to have the real estate, the like a media company, the flipping company, eventually probably an HVAC company, a plumbing company, a welding company, whatever.
Kind of be dabbled in everything.
Yeah, but I just want to buy businesses. I don't want to be just getting a business and like running it. I want to put someone in place to run it.
Yeah.
And understand that business, because that's what Alex Hormozy does. Is he buys people's businesses like a Shark Tank investor, and he finds little areas to make the business run at 100% capacity. From there, he that's where he'll go make all his money.
Yeah, I like Alex Hormozy. That fool's like, he posts a
Gangster.
lot of hella good content too.
Yeah, that dude's gangster.
He's just a chill ass dude that's worth a shitload of money. That posts free content that other people would some charge for, you know?
Super smart dude.
I know.
That's crazy.
Like to get into this program, you have to be making above $3 million a year.
I have a buddy that's in this program. I have a few buddies actually.
Damn,
It's just different. It's crazy.
we're so lucky.
Yeah.
I wish.
How much people do you want to have on your team at one point? Like at what point, like would you say, nah, I'm good with this amount of people, or do you ever see it like, do you ever see Drew the Roofer becoming 200-300 people deep? Like, what do you think?
I think comfortable. I want to fill 2 to 3 crews working 24/7, or we'll say 6 days a week or 5 days a week. So I mean, each crew maybe like one crew ready for like where we do like half of a block, so like 15 guys on one crew. Another crew, the more of the specialty crew, so maybe like 10, and then another crew that is just like your regular residential houses like that, or little shingle roofs with like 6, 7.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I have like a 7-man crew, a 10-man crew, and a 15-man crew. Have those 3 crews going 5 days a week, and then have a repair guy with one dude just going doing like right now, little leak repairs, doing finishing off jobs, like the little meticulous stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then as for like office people, maybe like one sales guy, myself and one other one, maybe one secretary, possibly 2. And I think that's it. That's all I really needed for an office, you know what I mean? Because I want to do it to where I can, if I have a house and enough land, I could put my yard in the back, because then I could write that off to, I'm renting it to the company. So it's just like full circle money, just pretty much within myself, you know? So, because my dad's old business partner, that's what he did, is his yard was in his backyard. So he rented, who knows, a shitload to the company. So it kind of just makes itself full circle. And it makes sense. So you're not paying or renting a full building, you know what I mean? That's like $8,000 a month or $9,000 a month. That's probably on the low end.
And how do those crews work? You have 3 crews. I would imagine you have one foreman or manager that runs the whole crew.
Yeah, so I would have like one foreman that runs all 3. So it'd be like a version of myself, but that just runs the crews, and that's all he does. So like runs the crews, talk to the customers, right? So if any of the crews have any issues, they just call him. You know what I mean? And then if he can't figure it out, then they call me, you know? But I mean, then again, I'd still be like going in and out of the jobs, like making sure everything's good, and still in there to show face to the customers and to the guys, like, hey, look, just because you don't see me doesn't mean I'm not involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think at a certain point you have to get away from being at the jobs and focusing on growing the company.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the hard part.
Yeah.
Getting the work and growing the company with the profits that you make, you have to kind of find that fine line of what to do and what not to do.
Working in the business is different than working on the business.
Exactly.
100%.
And it takes 2 completely different people. Because
100%.
if you do both at once, you're going to get burned out so fast.
1,000%.
Yeah. So I rather focus, like right now, I'm doing both. But my subconscious or conscious is more or less focusing on growth rather than the work. Because I got the guys in play ready to work. So I'm just trying to grow this thing. You know, relatively, it's growing quick. You know what I mean? Like, for the amount of work that I've done so far, like, I'm hella impressed with what I've accomplished so far by myself. It's like a little milestone.
100%.
But I definitely have like year goals and stuff like that, and month to month goals. Like when I told you my first, like I wanted to make after the first 5 months, I want to do a $10,000 month, and I did that in the first month
Yeah.
of opening. So I was blessed to do that. But you know, I would say half of that profit went right back into advertising. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like better website, better pictures. I'm setting up a photography guy to come take pictures of the truck and myself. You know what I mean? To like get it out there at a professional level of what somebody's like, oh wow, like he's a new company, but damn, this like he looks good, you know? Because the first impression on your website's probably the first 10 seconds or 5 seconds, I think is what they say, is the most important. So if I can make the everlasting impression, then yeah. But it's definitely difficult.
So can you have, if you're to run a team of like, let's say 6 or 10 crews, what would that look like? Would you have to, because a foreman, I would imagine, would be stretched thin
Oh, for sure.
after 3.
Yeah.
So you'd have to have multiple foremen.
I think at that point, I would have, if you have like 6 to 10 crews, say you have 10 crews, I would probably split it 3 foremans for the 10 crews.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So one foreman would operate these 3 crews, one foreman would operate another 3 crews, and then one foreman would operate the other 4. You know what I mean? And then of course I would operate all 10. So with the mixture of all 4 of us, we would definitely be able to make sure everything's kind of in control and going at the pace it needs to be. You know what I mean? But I think in order to build a good company, you have to hire from the top down. Because if you hire just your workers first and then go up, you kind of lose focus. You know what I mean? You're so worried about the bottom end, you're not kind of worried about the top end. And if you're neglecting the top end, you're neglecting yourself as a business owner. Because you want somebody that you can, like, if I hire you as my superintendent, like, hey, I hired you, here's your salary of like 120 grand a year, go find me my guys. And you're gonna be like, you know what, I know 10 guys right now ready to work. Like, what's my budget? What are we working with? And so you have those like parameters per hour, per piece work, you know what I mean? Like, do we have dump trucks? Do we have dump trailers? Are they getting vehicles? Like, what are their benefits? You know what I mean? What can I offer them? And then you go reach out to your 10 guys, be like, hey, look, I can hire 10 guys right now. You're my top priority. I need you to be the foreman of this crew, the one in charge of this crew. I'm going to give you 6 guys under you. Are you able to do it at $35 an hour or $38 an hour? Are you able to handle this type of work and 6 guys? If you can't do it, let me know. I'm going to get somebody else. And they're like, yeah, I can do it. But okay, here's your 6 guys. And then you see how they work. And then you can pivot pretty much per crew of who's doing what and if it works or if it doesn't, if they don't flow. Because if your company or say your crew doesn't flow, your business won't make money. So your guys is what makes you the money. Yeah, you can get the jobs and sell the jobs, but if you don't have a guys to do the work and quality work, you don't make money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at least that's the way I was taught. So like we give our guys bonuses and free pouches and pies and stuff for like Thanksgiving, Christmas. They get Christmas bonuses. Every year they get new boots, you know, if they want, or new gear.
Cookouts. Maybe.
Yeah, safety meetings. We'll go treat them to lunch, or bring them all their families, and all the families of like 20 people or of our guys right now. We'll bring their whole family, and we'll pay for the dinner, you know, for everybody. And so it's kind of like you're showing appreciation to your crew for getting the work done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you can't show appreciation to them, they don't want to work for you.
100%.
Okay.
Where we going right now?
Oh, I gotta drop you off because I gotta take this to the house. My mom wants to wash it, and
No, I thought you were gonna take the freeway. That's what I'm like.
well, I just didn't trust it being on the freeway. Oh
Um,
shit, you fucking Tesla.
That's crazy. Yeah, I was like, bro, you're going completely opposite direction. I'm like, we going to the dump?
Yeah, because the dump's right here, but they close at 4. And then the work trailer's over here. But if my mom doesn't want it, I'm just gonna leave it back here and take it to the dump in the morning.
Damn.
So we'll see. But I think she wants to just have the guy come and clean it.
Wait, so would you have a team of 10 at some point, or is that too much?
Like 10 crews or like
10 crews, yeah. Like your dad had 180. How many crews would he have at that point?
he had 4.
Just 4
4 crews, 1 of 15. Goddamn, 1 of 15. 2. Goddamn, my fucking voice. 2 of.
You need some water. You need some milk.
You need some milk. 1 of 15, and I think 2 of 10, and 1 of 60, or 1 of 80, I think. Yeah. It was a gang of them on one crew, but they did all the commercial work. So, like, you see all these, like, buildings right here? I see this whole complex, or whatever the fuck this is. His group of 80 would go in there and finish that whole thing in, like, 3 days.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Like, he would do banks, schools. For a guy in LA, he met him at a coffee shop. The guy's like, "You a roofer?" And my dad's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, I got some houses that I need bidding." And he's like, "All right." So my dad goes, and he's like, "Yeah, I own this one." So my dad gave him a bid, and it was like super fucking cheap. And he's like, "Well, how much to do all these?" And he's like, "Oh, just these 4?" He's like, "No, the whole mountain." He's like, "What do you mean the whole mountain?" He's like, "Yeah, I own the whole mountain, and I own the one next to it." And my dad's like, "Well, shit." He goes, like, "To do all of them, probably like 4.5. Okay, when can you start?" Like, on the spot.
That's crazy.
Right? And then my dad's crew went in there, and he's like, "Hey, you know, you gotta do all these." They were doing, like, my dad said, like, 2 buildings a day.
Jesus, fuck.
And he's like, every 10 buildings or every 12 buildings, he would send, like, a $80,000 check. His assistant would be like, "Check's ready. Better go pick up a check." And then, like, what? A day later, 2 days later, another check's ready.
And this was in LA? Like,
Mhm.
just on a mountain in LA?
Yeah.
Damn.
Like, in Escondido, where's it at? So, you know how you're going through, fuck, I'm trying to think of where it's by. But there's like a bunch of track homes in Escondido. My dad's company did the whole track homes over there.
Damn.
Mm.
So, like, 80,000 every 2 days is what he was saying?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And then that's just them. That's not including the other crews.
Yeah.
So any given, they're doing, like, I think my dad says best year was like 22 million in the
Damn.
year. But that's like California money. That's not like, you know what I mean? I mean, I think at that point they gave him a Black American Express to where he would, like, I think he bought like 10 vehicles at once and just swiped the card.
Damn.
And then my mom, that end of the month when the statement was due, she would write a check to American Express to pay off the whole card.
Damn.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, you know, our counter at our old house in Vista, payroll was filled. That whole counter was just cash. Crazy. Like, just, had, like, you know, they're like the little zipper things? Like, 5 of those just full.
Jesus, fuck.
Yeah.
Correct.
Payroll was like
Damn.
150 to 200,000 a week.
Did your dad ever find out who the guy was? Was it Jeffrey Epstein?
Oh, I mean, shit, at that point, I didn't think he cared. He just saw, like, damn, I got all this work. You know, my dad's greedy. I think being in this industry, you have to be.
Yeah.
Because everybody's out to make a buck. Everybody's out to undercut the next people. But it got so bad that the big companies in LA would be like, "Oh, who bid this roof?" And they say, "Oh, I'm calling A1 Budget." And they're like, "Oh, he got it." To the point where they knew my dad would come and get it, regardless.
Damn. Just because he was that guy.
He was him in LA.
Damn.
Yeah. Pretty much anywhere. Even when I first started working, there was some lady that waited 6 months to do her roof. So we were like, I think 8 months out. Almost a full year. You had to wait to get your roof done by us. By your own budget.
Damn.
And that was just me and myself. Yellow.
Where you at?
El Camino Real.
You can go home?
Yeah, because doesn't mom wanted to see the couch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it work there?
I mean, I think so. Just clean. It's going to be wet because it's in the rain. Okay.
All right.
All right, bye. But yeah, I mean, I hope one day I think 2 crews of maybe 10 or 5 to 8,
Damn.
I think I'll be more than comfortable. Because even right now, my dad does 2.5, and that's like bare minimum. But he's so good at it. Like, it's fucking incredible. Like, I wish I could understand how he does it. He just makes it so effortless.
In what sense?
Everything, like the systems he has in play, it's just like he'll go to do a re-roof, and before he leaves on a re-roof, like you're talking jobs that are above like 15 grand minimum, before he leaves he got the job, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I already had 5 roofers come out, but I just trusted your dad." Like, I'm just like, how in the fuck? Like, they don't teach that in selling school. Like, you can't learn that, you know, in sales. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like, I think that's just his 20 plus or 30 plus years of doing it. that he just acquired that fucking skill.
Should we start 67 and cold call your dad?
You'll get my mom.
Damn.
Yeah. Which is crazy because you'll never reach him. The only time you'll see him is when he comes out to bid your roof.
Damn.
Right? But my mom's quick with it. So I think it's also my mom. Like, if you call the office and talk to my mom's real professional.
Yeah.
Like, her voice is calming and she knows how to talk.
That's crazy. Damn. So would you ever want to be at that level of what he peaked at, or would you ever want to overcome that, or does that not align with what you want?
I don't think it aligns because, you know, they're saying more money, more problems. Definitely the case. Definitely the case. Because, I mean, I think in the roofing industry, it's the most lawsuits.
What?
So, yeah.
Really? Damn.
And it's the highest paying for, like, insurance and everything. So roofing industry is the most expensive to get into, to maintain, and to keep going in the sense of lawyers, insurance, and all that stuff. So it's definitely something that's kind of like, you want to, okay, depends who you ask. If you want to ask a guy and he wants to be a billionaire, you know what I mean? He's gonna be like, oh, I want my company to be 500 employees, whatever, you know what I mean? But as for myself, I rather have about 15 guys that work for me and maybe 3 people in the office, which is secretary, project manager, myself. Well, I wouldn't say myself, and maybe like a miscellaneous guy or girl that kind of just handles all the overflow. You know what I mean? That can focus on, like, okay, respond to all the people that reach out. Your job is to do all the contracts and get all the invoices out, answer all the emails. The other person's job is to answer all the calls, message all the Yelp people, message all the inquiries. And then the third guy is, okay, schedule it, manage all the projects. What do they need? What type of materials do they need? Contact the wholesalers, contact the skylight people, make sure the deliveries go out in time. You know what I mean? And then you have that one foreman that comes into the office that's on the field that says, okay, here's the jobs that we're doing this week. Make sure you visit each job 2 to 3 times a day or once, twice a day, and make sure everything's going smooth. Make sure everything's going as planned. You know what I mean? That's where I would be like, okay, you know what? I can take a step back. And everything just kind of has a system now.
Right.
Or it gets to a point where even if you decide to show up to the office or not, their company's still going to revolve. It's still going to go. It's still going to be making money. And I think that's what I want to get to a point at.
Uh-huh.
And I think it'll take a year.
You want it to be semi-passive for you.
Yes. Definitely. To where if it gets slow, I'm like, okay, it's fine. You know? But what's crazy is my dad never gets slow. He's never slow. Everybody says, oh, we're slow, whatever. My dad's never been slow. Hello.
Are you almost here?
No.
Okay, so call me and I'll put the car here.
Okay. All right.
I love how much they call.
Yeah, they don't text. They just fucking call. It's crazy. It's funny.
Like, were you almost here? No.
No.
All right, cool.
Call me when you get close.
They're probably going to call you one more time before you get there.
Mm-hmm. They're going to call me in like 10 minutes. Where you at?
Bro, they call so quick.
Do you think you're going to scale what you're doing right now, or?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we'll get close to a mil, minimum 500 this year. But I mean, that's cool. But I think where the money is at, or where I would like to be, not even the money, but just like the aspiration, is to be able to find businesses and be able to underwrite businesses and see the potential. Because I don't think real estate is all as great as it's made out to be.
Uh-huh.
It's more so, where's the opportunity? And the opportunity can be anything. The opportunity can be someone selling a Ferrari that's $250K for $20,000. Like, why wouldn't you fucking take that? Why wouldn't you go flip it afterwards or go do something?
Yeah.
The opportunity can be, hey, we have a commercial building that's underperforming and the owner doesn't want it. Because we're in the biggest transfer of wealth that we've ever been in. Where all these boomers don't want their businesses and neither do their kids. So to be able to find businesses like a roofing company, an HVAC company, but understanding how to underwrite it and see the opportunity is where I want to lay grounds. And if I don't want it and take over the business, then I'm going to wholesale it. I'll find another company like A1 Budget or someone else to go buy the roofing company that I just found or the HVAC company I just found and sell it to them for a higher price. I'll lock it up at like 300 grand. I'll be like, hey, I'll sell this whole business to you with the foreman and everything.
For 400.
Yeah, or for 500,000. And then I make 200 grand for putting that together. So it's in a sense a different product where like for you guys, the repairs are a great product because the time that's invested and the margin, it's just a different game, but same deal. This would be a different product for us where it's like we're finding companies and we're underwriting for them and we're finding ways to either buy it ourselves and take on this project or underwrite it, find a person to sell it to, and then transfer it that way.
I mean, I definitely think it's possible.
100%. That's exactly what Alex Hermosi's doing. And that's exactly what not a lot, but there's a few people doing it. But the only issue is I don't understand finances for EBITDA, and that's how you evaluate a business. Like a business like yours is off EBITDA.
Mm-hmm.
A business like mine where you're buying real estate is usually off of like a net operating income. But like for a gas station, for your company, anything else, it's earnings before interest and taxes and depreciation. So you have to figure all that and then see what the value of the company is, how are they running it, and where's the opportunity lie. And once you got those things, it's game over. You can see how much of the business is worth today, and then you can give them an offer that hopefully is 50% of the business value and take it on over.
Because I feel like a lot of people overvalue their business.
Well, I think a lot of people undervalue, at least what I see.
Really?
Yeah, there's dudes that we've hit us up that will sell their HVAC company for 200 grand. There's dudes that hit us up in roofing company for $200,000 to $400,000 and walk away. And they're making good $1 million revenue every year.
Damn.
And so they're willing to get rid of it because they have no idea who it's going to go to or they're going to dissolve it. Like, your dad's going to probably give you all of his clients at some point.
Yeah.
Transfer on over to you. But there's a lot of people that just dissolved it. So it's kind of, and the branding too. A1 Budget's the branding, right?
Yeah.
So
for sure.
At the end of the day too, like, if that branding goes away, that does put a huge hole into the business or into the marketing. So A1 Budget kind of dissolves, you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what a lot of these guys are doing. And one of the guys that I'm working with right now that has a roofing company, he's 70 years old and he needs to get rid of it, but he just can't let go. And so I keep following up with him, but yeah, he just doesn't want to let go. But he's willing to sell it for 200 grand.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a good ass business. Is it in Michigan?
It's in Michigan, yeah. So it's like interesting because it's like, what if you could take what you do, but you can also do it in multiple spots. But although you're, like you said, usually you're working in the business, like, is there a way we can put people in place, not only foremen, but secretary, assistants, all that, and have them run it while your state's away and take it on?
I think it's definitely possible. You would almost need like somebody that would be your position there and gets paid pretty decent. I would say like over the average salary, just 100%. So they have more invested interest into it.
Or give them equity, a lower position with, hey, some ownership.
But hey, we're going to give you 10% of the profits each year on top of this salary.
But there's a bunch of people that are doing that, and they'll go flip the business and sell it to a bigger team like Orkins or something.
Damn.
And they have that's in their business model. In 5 years, we're going to grow this company and sell it to a bigger company. And then there's hedge funds and all these. Hold on. All right, y'all, that concludes our little trip with Drew. It's raining. He's got to get out of here and deliver this couch. But go ahead, follow him on YouTube, social media, on Instagram. Follow his Raptor, his roofing page, and all that.
Thanks for having me in the interview, Danny. We'll get some more footage recently and dive into Danny's business on a deeper level. And maybe one day in the future, Danny and I will come together, get on a deal together, get some investment properties for sure.
Let's get it.